Live. We have the wonderful Deann Shield Maiden Tarot in the house. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just a little energetically tired today. Hold on. Phone was going off.
That all the time.
Yeah. I just did not want to wake up today, so I don't know. I'm just tired, but I'm doing well. I have a busy week, holiday weekend coming up, so that's good, but it's a lot of stuff. I have new appliances coming and have to get rid of our old ones and a lot of fun stuff going on. I have an interview tomorrow at a winery, so we'll see how that goes. I just want to say hello to everybody in the chat real quick. Hello, Marcia and sweetie darling Lulu, Linda Bishop, Genealogy Junkie. Oh, thank you, Mimi Rose. I'm glad that resonated. Hello, Patty G. Butterflies are free. Claudia. Hi, Amy, Marilyn, Sharon. All right. So if anybody has any questions today, we're doing political and world event. You can go ahead and submit your questions by writing them in all caps with a couple emojis, and me and Deann will try to get to that. Tomorrow, I'm going to be on Deann's channel in the afternoon. We're doing a collab with Danny Shea, so that should be exciting. So if we miss your question today, make sure to stop by tomorrow and submit it, because we'll be live, right?
Noon my time, and I think that's 1 o'clock your time, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so noon Central, 12 o'clock
and we're going
Central.
live, right? Where it's not going to be pre-recorded?
No, we're going to go live. So, people can come and bring their questions. We're going to be on for about an hour.
Okay. All right. Well, let's read on Rudy Giuliani, because I haven't read on him at all.
I just
and
did
just curious to see how his testimony went. I know that he was supposed to go a few weeks ago and wanted to tape record it, and they told him no. So just intuitively, what I was picking up is I don't know if he gave a lot of goods.
9 hours, though. They had him a long time.
Yeah, I think he probably did a lot of executive privilege claims and didn't answer a whole lot, but right, Genealogy Junkie? Yes, please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel and Deann's. We would appreciate that.
Yes, thank you.
All right. That's interesting. I do pick up energetically. I don't think he's feeling very well, but I've also picked up that he was like a Genealogy Junkie said, a very heavy drinker. So I just feel like his health is really bad. I do think that he, I get the Knight of Swords, so charging full ahead without kind of thinking things through. So I do think he was a little bit impulsive, and I do think he had a few slip of the tongue moments where he probably said stuff that he wasn't meaning to say. With the Knight of Pentacles crossing him, I feel like he's trying to walk away from this situation. I don't see that happening. But he's trying to, move behind that. But I get that he was very impulsive and didn't think through a lot of his answers. I do think that he did probably claim executive privilege quite a bit and didn't answer a whole lot. Because he's feeling very stuck. He doesn't know what direction to go into. Feeling kind of trapped. I mean, he desperately wants to walk away, but I don't think he's going to be able to. And with the Eight of Cups too, I feel like that's some of those health issues that I was picking up. I do think that he gave some information with the Sun, but ultimately, it's all about defending himself.
Mm.
He does have a tower moment coming up here soon, though. And I think it has to do with Russia. It's going to cause a lot of burdens and obstacles that he's not going to be able to answer for. So,
okay. Well, I got the communication card. They're letting him know they have evidence against him with him and the devil. Him and 45. And he is trying to be resilient, but he's feeling pretty battered. He's feeling pretty worn down.
That's what I said.
Yeah, he's just he's kind of battle weary from it all, and he's also losing money from a lot of this, and he doesn't. I don't know if he has the money for all of his legal bills. He's got some poor financial control. They are trying. They know a lot of the secrets that he's been hiding, and they're trying to get him to admit that stuff. But he's got a lack of accountability for the people that he's been. He kind of wasn't very accountable. And he is trying to, there's a part of him that just wants to give up. He's weak. He wants to just give up. And I think they know a lot of the crimes that he committed. So as far as if he told very much, I think he gave them some. I don't know that he gave them all. He's going to try to see what he can keep for himself, just enough to kind of protect himself.
Yeah, I agree. I do think that there were a few slip of the tongue moments, though, where he gave them some information. But I think really, too, so many people have testified that January 6th already knows a whole lot of this stuff and just wants to hear everybody's answers to it. So I don't know. I don't feel like it went very well for him, and I feel like he was very nervous and he wasn't very prepared for it.
What I'm concerned about is with the January 6th, when they do televise that, how many are they even going to put it on Fox News? Are the MAGA people, are the diehard MAGAs even going to watch it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. They live in their own alternative reality, and so even if Trump murdered somebody, they would find an excuse to still be behind him. I mean, there's no accountability for his actions. So
no. So I've got a feeling a lot of them. I think the ones it may affect is the independents and maybe the centrist, center right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I have that question. Hey, Jane, how are you doing? All right. So what is the future influence of CPAC, especially spreading fascism? I see it kind of, it's not going to be something that happens overnight. I think it's going to be a couple-year period, but I do see a lot of the extreme elements of, the diehard MAGA people. I see it settling down. But like I've said, too, I always feel like the Republican Party is going to fracture after the midterms. And I think when we're going to really start seeing a lot of changes is when Fox News has big settlements they have to pay out from all the lawsuits. And so we're going to see them shift more towards the center, getting rid of a lot of the conspiracy theories. So I do see that shift with the Republican Party. I think it's a couple-year process, but that's just what I'm picking up intuitively.
Well, I think they're looking at the, people are getting to find out a lot of this evidence. Not, like you said, not the far right, but they're going to find out a lot of things that have been done with the Republican Party. And I don't think that the CPAC is going to be, I don't know if it's going to be working well together. They're not working well together. They have there's kind of a lack of enthusiasm lately with them. They've got some unrealistic expectations, I think, the CPAC does. And I think that we are going to go through a transition of healing here, in the future. And we're going to move on from all this. It's going to take some time, but we are going to move on from all the stuff with them. I don't think they're going to have the influence that they had before. So that's what I'm getting. Moving on to calmer waters with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's almost like they have to reorganize, and it's kind of like a reset and like a redo for the Republican Party. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a year or two before we really start seeing shifts in that. But I see their influence is
diminishing.
It's not going to be as influential as it is now because they're going to have to do a reset. And like I said too, and I think the Republican Party in general is going to come more to the center. I think it's probably a couple of years off, probably like 5 years, and I see a lot more like bipartisanship, like working together and across aisles between the parties. All right, let's throw some cards on this because I've answered this a few times, and I feel like he's gone. I mean, he might be on a ventilator, so technically his body might still be alive, but
okay, let's see what I get.
I just asked if he was alive. I got a no with the pendulum, and I asked if the guy in public, if that's a body double, and I got a yes with the pendulum.
Yeah, I asked the same with the pendulum, and I got 3 yeses. I got yeses with the cards. I got yeses with the pendulum too.
That he's gone.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's a double. But he's still a dictator. He's still a tyrant. The guy that they're. But yeah, but he's upside down. So yeah, I don't think it is him.
Do you have any women cards in there? Because I feel like his sister's calling the shots, but the military in North Korea wouldn't get behind a woman in charge of the military. That's what I think.
I think so too.
They need the body double because of that. But behind scenes, she's calling all the shots.
Mhm. They say she's worse than him.
Yeah, I agree. Well, they're both really bad, but she's not good. Yeah, I agree, Jane. I feel the sister's in charge.
Yeah. Still getting yeses.
All right. Let's ask, is it his cousin?
I think they're using his cousin. Hi, Sterling Roses. Kim Jong-un's cousin. Is he the one that's going? Okay, I'm getting a yes with the pendulum.
I'm getting a yes as well.
It would make sense. They would have that family resemblance, very much so.
But they still look different, and I think that this body double did probably have to go through some plastic surgery to get them, looking close.
More like him.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, intuitively, I feel like he's gone. I mean, his body might be on a ventilator, but I think his soul has left his body.
I got yes to the ventilator.
Yeah.
Oh, the pendulum. What is the future of Russia?
All right. Well, let's throw some cards on it. But I've read on Russia before, and I think once Putin's out of the picture, there is going to be somebody temporarily in charge. And Russia's really going through like a revolution of sorts, where I do think in the future Russia is going to be more of a democracy and actually probably more of an ally to the United States. But it's going to be like a decade transition. I think it's going to take a little while, but it's going to take a while though for the reputation to change with what they've done in Ukraine.
I think there are new things that are going to be coming in for them because the Russians, they have a lack of trust in their government. They're not for this. Some are, but there's a lot of Russians that are not for this, and it's hurting them. It's not hurting the higher up people. It's not hurting Putin. It's hurting the people. So they have a big lack of trust, and they feel their government just is not going in the right direction. What's leaving them is the manipulator. The manipulator, Putin, is going to be the one that's going to be going out, leaving them. They do see that in the future there will be a light at the end of the tunnel for the Russian people. They're going to recover. I mean, they're going to get somebody new in, and their country may recover a little bit, and they want to get rid of all the negativity. They're just under so much stress there too, and this is not a lot of their fault, you know. Yeah, yeah, there's going to be some surprises coming in. There's going to be some new things coming in. It's going to be a different man is going to be running the country, who is going to be a little bit more diplomatic. He may not be, he's going to be a little bit more tolerant and diplomatic. And people may be more devoted to him, but I think that they are going to, things are going to get better. There's going to be somebody, he's going to be out. He's ruining their country. And I just got done watching where they were showing a video of how the people are feeling. And the stores that used to be packed full, now empty. And they're not going to tolerate him staying there much longer.
Yeah, I agree. I do feel, were you all finished, Deann?
Yeah.
Okay. I get the Queen of Swords, so the Queen of Truth coming out, crossed by being backstabbed and betrayed. And I do think that a lot of the information is going to be revealed to the Russian people. And I don't think that this is a good card for Putin. We'll just say that. It feels like it's very much a revolution. I have the star, so there is hope. It's like a restart. It's a restart and a revolution for Russia, where they're going to go through a lot of changes, but it's a very hopeful and a much more joyful future for them. I get the star and the sun. But a lot of that negativity, a lot of that evil that's going on in there really has to be exposed. I see them retreating from that in a lot of changes with the Four Swords. I think that they're actually going to be more of a democracy where they get to pick their leaders. And the guy coming in is coming in as the King of Cups, so that he's going to be a very gentle and compassionate, loving, warm man. I feel like the one that's like the interim in between Putin and this guy is going to be a little bit of both. He's going to be better than Putin, but there's still going to be some corruption around him. But it's going to take a while for that process to come. But a lot of things have to be exposed before that happens.
We both got the King of Cups.
As
the end card too.
So.
Can't happen fast enough.
Well, right, and we don't foresee Putin being in charge of Russia for very much longer. So it's going to take some time, but I think once Putin's out of the picture and a lot of that information really starts to come up, the young people of Russia are going to insist on these changes.
Yeah.
They're not going to go back to the same way. Now, Putin does probably have some supporters, you know, some of the older population of Russia probably still support him, but more people than not are really ready for changes in Russia, I feel.
And he fired a lot of his generals, and he's making strategical decisions, you know, in the war, and which is not good. He doesn't have that experience, so he's messing
Right.
up there too.
All right. So, Sweetie Darling Lulu asks, well, Amal Clooney, is she going to prosecute Russians for crimes against humanity? I do see her taking a big step in being a voice for that. Absolutely. Give me just one
Well,
moment.
one already got life in prison. He's 20-something years old. He shot somebody in the head. I was watching last night, I had to turn it off. They had bombed a 95-year-old woman was bombed, and she's in a makeshift hospital, and just, it's amazing she survived. 95 years old. They're going to be, a lot of them are going to be tried for crimes against humanity.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yes, that's definitely, they're going to be some prosecution for crimes against humanity. I get that.
Just 1 second. Sorry. Yeah, and I think Amal Clooney is going to take a big role in that. All right. Hold on just one moment. Okay. Sorry, I just had to check something with the video real quick. Oh, thank you, Sherry. I don't know if she's going to actually be the one to prosecute, but I definitely see her as a big voice for all of the, you know, the genocide that's happened in Ukraine and pushing for that.
Okay.
I get the woman of intuition, the one of the secret knowledge, which would probably be Amal in here. But she's going to have a lot of different options to choose from. But I don't know if she's going to be directly the person to prosecute. There's still, I feel like, you know, that might be up in the air still. But she's definitely standing up for what's right and what she believes in, and she's speaking the truth. So I'm feeling yes.
Yeah, I got the same. I see this as the law, you know, the legal, because it's going to come through. They're going to be judged because of they have all the unhappiness, all the loss that they've caused. People are going to work together because of the love of their country. That the things that they've done just are unspeakable. So people are going to come together. They are going to want justice for the misfortune, for the financial disaster, for the crimes against humanity, and they are standing up for their beliefs. They are very protective.
Yeah,
they are very guarded, and they are going to get their karmic justice. The things are going to change, and then they're looking out for a future, a better future, how to rebuild.
Yeah.
So that's what I got.
All right. Well, thanks for the question, sweeting darling Lulu. So Lisa asks, hold on. I do feel I don't think it's going to be like last winter. I think it's going to be more in the end of fall, beginning of winter. There's going to be another COVID wave, but I don't think it's going to be as bad as last year. I think it's going to be a little bit more milder. I definitely feel some concern around it.
Okay.
But yeah, and I think it will affect Montana. It's going to affect the whole United States, but I don't see us going back into lockdowns or anything like that.
Well, I asked if we were with the pendulum if we are going to have a COVID wave this winter, and it came up yes. I asked it, will it be as severe as last year, and it said no.
Yeah, I'm feeling like it's getting milder and milder, and I also feel like we keep on getting more advances in treatments for it, and I feel another vaccine coming out. But I see it getting more under control, and it's going to be something that we deal with for the next couple of years. But I see it acting more as like a seasonal flu, that like you get your flu shot, you continue to get your vaccines for it, but it's more milder, and I'm not seeing as many people passing from it.
Well, they've already come up with a new vaccine for 5 years and under. So they've got one for the small kids. So my granddaughter, will be able to get that. But yeah, and I think a lot of us, a big majority of us are vaccinated. So
yeah, I got a yes with the pendulum too. I don't think it's going to be horrible though. It'll be more manageable. All right. Oh, this is a good one. I haven't read on this yet. Will monkeypox have a major impact on the U.S. and Canada? I don't think it's going to be like COVID. I don't see like a major outbreak like that. And I see them being able to get it under control. I think that it's a form of smallpox, I believe, and I believe that there's already vaccines for that. So
it's not as severe as COVID. It's not as deadly as COVID. And in fact, I don't think it's deadly, really. I don't think at all. Maybe it would happen, but it's not near as contagious as COVID. So I don't think that there's been no deaths caught from it thus far. So yeah, I don't think it will. And the pendulum's saying no.
Yeah, and I'm getting a no, that there's not going to be a major impact. Thank you, Butterfly Kisses Healing. Yes, please hit the like button. Appreciate that.
I always forget to tell people that. I got to remember that.
Oh, I thought I had that. Let's see if I still have it in here.
Yeah, a lot of questions.
Yeah, somebody asked about Kellyanne Conway's book.
Oh.
I didn't hear that it was out yet, so.
Yeah, she said that Trump offered her. She just said Trump offered her a what is that? A blanket pardon, and she didn't accept it because she says, "What do I need a blanket pardon? I have done nothing." But like, why is she coming out saying that just out of the blue? Just makes me wonder. I just heard that today.
I don't see her indicted or going to jail. I mean, I don't think she's a great person, and she's definitely a liar. But I don't feel like there was any illegal conduct done by her personally.
I don't get that her book is going to be very successful.
I don't think so either.
And as far as getting off scot-free, will she get off scot-free?
Yeah, I agree.
Consequences of some kind, whether it be just, she's not going to be taken seriously anymore. She's lost her career. She's just going to be kind of a joke,
Yeah, I feel like her career is she's not going to be relevant anymore.
Yeah, no.
But I agree, she's gross. She's not a very nice person. Very ugly. And I don't see the book really doing well either.
No. It talks about she's going to be kind of isolated. People aren't going to pay her much attention anymore, and she's going to withdraw. She's going to be kind of antisocial because she's going to lose all her social status.
I'm not going to read on Johnny Depp's trial anymore. I had some people that complained about it, and
Yeah.
I've read on it many times, so I'm sorry, Colorful Foresight. I'm not reading on that today. All right, let's see. Yeah, she has some conflict coming up.
Mhm.
Yeah, a negative judgment against her. But I think if she hasn't already, that she will be sharing a lot of the things that she knows about Trump, those secrets.
Mhm.
And it might be even about his health, I think, with the Seven of Cups. Like he wasn't in the right mind, that kind of stuff. I think that she's probably already got paid out a little bit, probably from the publishing company for her book, but I really don't feel like it's going to go well. She does have a lot of conflict coming in and judgment. But yeah, I'm not getting any like jail cards or like any horrible cards, but I don't think that I think that she would definitely be out for herself. I don't feel like her and Trump are really that close anymore either.
No, no. And you said about didn't you say something about people giving her gifts or something? What were you saying there about that? Because I got that she's going to be trying, she may try to get some donations or some charity of some
Yeah.
sort. But she's an emotionally immature person.
Mm.
She needs to do some self-reflection.
Yep. Sounds about right. I don't know. I just feel like she's going to be irrelevant. Like her career is tarnished and she's kind of viewed it as a joke. But I don't feel like the book's going to do good. Go ahead, Deann. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. She doesn't have any direction. She's just indecisive, and her options of what she can do with her career are going to be very limited. That's what I
All right. So will the Southern Baptist Convention panel get punished for their hiding of abuses? I do feel there will be a lot of backlash and some punishment. Thank you so much, Sonel. I really appreciate that. Blessings, my friend.
Yes. That's terrible.
Yeah. But there's always been scandals. I mean, look at the Catholic Church.
That. Yeah, you knew that went on. Anybody who has positions of power, whether it be religious, political, anything, they take advantage.
I'm not going to throw any cards on it because the energy just feels really, really yucky to me. Like it just made my stomach turn. But yeah, I do think that there is going to, there's going to be a lot more that comes out about it. And I do see a lot of backlash and even some, like lawsuits, people being held accountable for it. Absolutely. Yeah. Sorry, I need a spray.
Oh, yeah. Good idea.
It just hit me really gross all of a sudden, like my stomach just really turned.
Disgusting, yes.
Not something I want to look at, sorry. But I do think that there's going to be more that comes out about it and people will be held accountable, so. All right.
I'm glad people are speaking up.
Yes, absolutely.
My face. How much longer will Xi Jinping be leader of China? I can try with my pendulum and see what I get.
Yeah, I don't feel like he's going anytime soon. I'm feeling like it might be like another decade.
Maybe 1 year. Okay, let me just see. I'm getting about Anywhere from between 7 and 9 years.
I was gonna say I feel like it's probably like another 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah,
I think.
that's pretty close. Hard to do time, really is. You can just.
All right. But yeah, I'm not feeling like any major changes with China's leadership, at least probably close to the next decade. It's going to be a while. All right. What's the future of Tesla, with or without Musk?
I don't know much about Tesla, but I'll give it a shot.
Throw a couple cards on it.
So is he leaving? Is he, when he was when he's thinking about doing Twitter, buying Twitter, is he selling or leaving Tesla?
Well, I know that Tesla stocks really aren't doing well right now, and I don't know if there's been a push for him to leave Tesla. I'm not really feeling that, but as you've seen too, it's kind of like that Twitter takeover from Musk is kind of stalled at the moment. So
okay.
But we said that we didn't feel like Elon was going to end up being part of Twitter, if you remember.
I do. It's not going to do very well.
I feel like it's kind of a temporary thing, though. I don't feel like them going completely under. I think at some point they will rebound back. Yeah, and I just had the 9 of Cups come flying out, so. Oh, that's interesting. Is there any lawsuits going on with Tesla? And I think they just had a major recall too, haven't they? Because I had the Justice card and my Queen of Swords come out, and that's usually some kind of legal battle. Yeah, Elon is very egotistical, Earth Mama. I agree.
Yes. I don't know. It's a tough one.
Yeah, Roses. I feel like he's going to try to renegotiate with Twitter, and Twitter's not going to take it. So I think $1 billion is much easier to get money for than Tesla, when they have all these major recalls and their stocks are plummeting. So, and I think that he doesn't have that. He'd have to sell some of his stocks into Tesla to get that kind of money to take over. Yeah, lawsuit by Tesla shareholders. Yeah, I definitely feel a lawsuit coming their way. But things are going to rebalance. So I don't feel like it's the end of Tesla, but there's going to be major rebranding with it, and new planning for the future. And then they do have a good future with the 9 of Cups. So but it's going to take a little bit of time. What are you getting?
I'm getting they're not looking at the past. They're focusing on the future right now. They've not been doing too well here in the past. There's been a lot of gossiping and things about the stuff that's been going on. They're going to detach from certain things, the way they were doing things. They're going to be detached from that, and they're going to recover. I think they are going to recover. They're going to abandon the old ways of maybe how they were doing things in the past. They're going to do a lot of self-discovery, kind of introspective, trying to look deeper as to what went wrong and try to move on from and change their course. So, but in the future, they may get good news. They may slowly start coming back up again, is what I got.
Yeah, very true, Sterling Roses. And she says, can we send Elon Musk up in the sky, since he already thinks he's a big star? I did ask the Pendulum if Musk was going to step down from Tesla, and I got a no. So But I think that with that rebranding comes that new technology coming in. I see things stabilizing for them. I don't think that they're going to completely go under. They'll manage to survive it.
My pendulum says no, he won't step down as well.
All right. Kane says, do you see Norway as the next place Americans will move to? It's looking more and more awesome every day.
I would love to go there, Jane the Seeker. I would love to go to Norway one day on my bucket list.
Mm.
I'm getting a maybe.
Yeah, I'm not necessarily feeling it, but like a major shift to Norway for Americans moving over there. I'm not feeling that.
I think more people are going to visit Norway. You know?
Well, and there might be some people that want to go abroad, you know, leave the United States and go abroad, but is Norway specifically, I'm not really. Yeah, I get what you're saying. They're very progressive, Jane, but I think that there's going to be a lot of changes in the United States that make it more progressive as well. Can you throw some cards, Deann?
Yeah, I just threw a couple. It's just going to be, I'm trying to figure these out. I was having a hard time with the cards. I just think, to me, the main card I'm getting from is that we are going to, right now, we're in a situation like this, and we're looking in the past, and a lot of people are having poverty and problems with the economy in the USA, but it came in reverse. So I feel like things are going to get better in the United States. We're going to have some improvements in our luck, in our economy, and there's going to be the end of some hardships in the future, and we're going to have some positive change, which I think is going to make where people don't move there as much. But it is a beautiful place from what I can see.
All right. This is an interesting one. The Attorney General in Texas, is he going to lose? Let me look real quick. Does anybody know if did Texas already have their primary? Is he the person on there? Or do we know who he's running against? Let's see real quick.
I was trying to see. He's headed to the runoff against George. General Penpacker is headed off to the runoff against George B. Bush. Is that an old one?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I knew we had lawsuits and he was in trouble. I'm not sure exactly what for, Jane, but
so he's a Republican, huh?
What Bush is he running against? George P. Bush. Okay. All right. Do you think that he's going to win against the Bush candidate today? Sorry to say. Does anybody know who he's running against in the fall for the midterms?
Yeah, it's not giving me. It's just saying that. How do I want to say this? He's lost some support. Talks about wasted talent, wasted potential. He's going to come out of some trouble There may be some trouble for him.
He's got a lot of lawsuits. He's in big trouble. But
Yeah, I see some lack of progress there on this one. But it's a maybe. It's coming up a maybe. It's not telling me, but it says he's coming out of some, kind of out of the frying pan into the fire. Lack of progress.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that scandal around him is going to, I think whatever's been going on happened like 7 years ago, and he still hasn't had a court case for it yet. So it continues to be delayed, which is pretty interesting seeing that he's the attorney general, why it would keep getting delayed. But yeah, I don't see that this issue just going away. I think it's going to get bigger and bigger. So even if he did get reelected, I feel like he will have to step down. But
is he going to get in trouble? And even when I ask if he's going to get in trouble with the law, I get maybe. So I'm just thinking there may be just a lot of stuff going on that not letting me.
yeah, I think Paxton's going to win the runoff today, Liz. I'm sorry to say, but I don't. He's definitely, I think, with this lawsuit was able to delay things, but he's going to eventually be the sacrifice for it too, where he's going to have to go with the hermit, go in solitude. He's coming through with the ruthless emperor, but his fate is changing. So I don't think that he's going to win the midterms, or if he does, I don't think he will be in for very long because of this scandal, the lawsuits. But I think he's going to beat the Bush candidate today.
That may be it, just that he won't stay there because of the trouble.
Yeah. But I agree with you too. I feel like a lot of Republicans, not the crazy ones, but the more like independent voters and more in the middle, like center Republicans, don't really care for him.
Yes. I was listening to them interview some Georgians who were saying that they were Republicans, and they said Trump does not represent all of us Republicans. That they want somebody that's more moderate. They don't want somebody as crazy and that divides the country. They're looking for a more moderate Republican. Some of them are.
Yeah, I agree, Liz. He is in trouble, and I don't think he's going to be able to escape that trouble, but I think he's been very successful at delaying it.
I didn't realize that, but the cards picked it up, though.
All right, let's see. Been on for 50 minutes, so we'll probably only do a couple more questions.
Okay.
What's happening with the NRA, and what's the future of it? I remember Tish James was going after them because I feel like they're struggling to reinvent themselves. I mean, not that they're not still there, but I don't think their donations and their influence over the Republicans is anywhere nearly as strong as it used to be.
No, I don't think so either. And we've got to do something, Yeah. It's just the guns are out of control. And I heard that the military is getting a new, I guess they usually use the AK-47, whatever it is. That one's bad enough and shouldn't be in the hands of civilians. But now the military is coming up with an even more powerful, faster rifle that now is going to be available for civilians. And they said make that look like nothing, the shootings that come from that. So they're going to have to do something. I think it's like $8,000 for the gun, but the prices will go down, they said.
I feel like there's going to be some safety mechanisms built in place. I think Sterling has said that he feels that there's going to be like a fingerprint where you have to, be the owner of that gun to to use it. And like I said, I do feel like there is going to be a lot more safety measures required and a lot of changes.
Well, I think they've had some indecision. They're going to do some things, but it's going to be some delays and some postponements. It's not going to be right away. They're starting to see the truth. And the lies are being exposed about the things that are going on with these guns. They've had insurmountable problems with these weapons and with the school shootings and all these things. Mm-hmm. And in the leaving us is we're going to be leaving the unhappiness and the misery that these guns have caused. They're going to be doing something about it in the future. There's going to be some trouble coming out from these guns. It's going to cause them to have to change things. We've had so much trouble, but in the future, I do get the sun card. So I feel like in the future, things are going to get better. I think they're going to have to stop and they just can't keep letting it go. So I do see good things in the future with it. Getting, like you said, regulations and more background checks, things like that.
Yeah. I'm getting that. I don't think they're going to totally go away in general, but they are going to lose their influence because, as we know right now, they're in hiding. We're not hearing much from them. And I think especially since Tish James came out, but there's going to be a lot revealed, and they are going to have major lawsuits, I feel like. I'm sure they already do, but there is a major fight with that and defeat with the Five of Swords. So I do see them losing that influence, but there is still going to be that connection with the Republican Party because they're holding on to it, but I don't think that they're getting the funding or money that they're used to. 10 of Cups can be like my family card, but I also can see it as Republicans, that connection with them and those donations to them. But I do think that their influence is going to be diminished, and I think it's going to be a couple years, but I not a whole long out there in the future, but I do see major gun reform laws getting passed.
It's going to have to be, especially if they come out with that new gun that makes the other one look tame. They're going to have to do something.
Yeah, they have a lot of problems, though. I feel like they're very stuck in figuring out where they want to go right now. But I don't think it's going to go well for them. Let's see. I had a couple more questions. Let's do one more. Okay, we'll do this one. So who's going to end up coming out ahead in the PA GOP Senate runoff? Well, it's not a runoff. They're going to have a recount, Liz. It's going to be a recount because it's in less than 0.5%. Right now, I think Dr. Oz is beating McCormick by like 1,000 votes because they had their primary last Tuesday, Deann.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, and they were a recount or something. He didn't even want the mail-in ballots to be counted. Trump didn't want him to let them count the mail-in ballots even. Just accept, because he was a little bit ahead, but they hadn't counted them yet. I don't know if they have. And even when they do, I have a feeling they're going to want to recount. Possibly.
Well, it automatically triggers a recount if they're within 0.5% of each other. Regardless, that recount's going to happen. Like I said, I think they're thinking that there's like 9,000 votes left to come in PA, and Oz has, I think, like 1,000 vote lead. So it's very, very tight. And I think I said too that I felt like it was going to be really tight. I feel like it's going to be Oz that prevails, but double check with the pendulum.
How can Oz even run when he is not even living? He doesn't have a home in Pennsylvania. So how is he even
rich and they can buy a home, or there's a connection there. Well, McCormick too isn't really from he might be from PA, but I don't think he's one that really lives there either. So yeah, my pendulum's saying yes that Dr. Oz is going to win the recount.
I'm getting Oz also. I asked if Oz would win, and it said yes. I said, well, McCormick said no. So
yeah, and And I think that Oz is a weaker candidate to go against the Democrats and go against Fetterman in the election. So I don't see him winning that election, and I don't see that the Republican governor candidate winning either. I think P is going to stay blue.
I keep feeling like Fetterman's going to win. Yeah, Pendulum says yes also.
Yeah,
but then I have
Shapiro. Yeah, I feel Fetterman's going to win, and it's going to be a good win. I don't see it being super close.
I think so too.
Yeah, I agree. Can't believe people actually vote for him. Yeah.
I know. I mean, he sells everything. I remember that channel. I tried one of his diet things that he was selling. It's like everybody, Dr. Oz recommended. My husband worked at a grocery store, and everything Dr. Oz recommended, people go in and it'd fly off the shelves, and none of it worked. He was just plugging anything that they would pay him for.
Yes, Earth Mama, he's going to win.
He will.
Yeah, I think staying blue. Yep. All right, everyone. Well, thank you all so much for stopping by. It was a fun show, and I was glad to catch up with you all and Deann. Please make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel and Deann's if you haven't already. Quick announcements. If anybody's looking for a reading or a Reiki session, reach out to me. I have my email in the description box, and Deann does readings as well. Her email is in the description box. I am going to be on Deann's channel with Danny Shea tomorrow afternoon. I'm excited about that. And I'm pretty sure me and Mel are doing something on his channel Thursday. Do you have anything that you want to announce, Deann, before we wrap up?
Oh, no, just I think that's all I got. We're going to be on with Danny Shea, and then I think on Saturday I'm going to be on at 6 p.m. with Strawberry Rhubarb.
Oh, nice.
So, yep.
All right, everyone. Well, I'm sending you all a lot of love and blessings, and I will see you all very soon, okay? Bye, everyone.
Bye.